and my channel is all about dreadlocks and my dread journey, and today is my 1 year update. So first and foremost, I absolutely love having dreads. The last year with dreads has been so cool. No regrets whatsoever. So happy that I made the decision, and I'm going to tell you my experience throughout the last year of having them, and sort of some ups and downs and the processes and things like that. So just to give you some context, my dreads are real dreads extended with human hair extension. So my dread is probably real hair up until like here, and then this is all human hair extensions. They were done with the back comb and crochet method. It's also called the scene style method. So basically what she did was sectioned my hair off into squares and triangles and wrapped a string around it to keep the hair in its section, back combed it, and then crocheted it. And then with the extensions, just pulled loose extension hair through my real dread and back combed it and crocheted it. And I had them done from Renata from Dread Shop, and she is absolutely amazing. Not only the work that she does, but the person that she is. She actually cares about your hair. So if you're in the Netherlands, I'm in Melbourne, but she's not here anymore. If you're in the Netherlands, definitely 100% recommend her. She is so amazing. I will link her website down below. So the changes that my dreads have gone through over the last year. At the beginning of my journey, I was getting a lot of loops. So probably not for the first couple months, but after like 3 or 4 months, I started getting heaps of loops and bumps, and I was able to palm roll a lot of them out. But yeah, they were getting loops, and I was actually excited about this initially because it meant that my hair was like the dread was maturing, and then the loops started getting a bit out of control, and I thought that they were never going to be like all round and nice and like this again. So yeah, I got my first maintenance 6 months in to get rid of all the loops. And after having my first maintenance, there was I haven't gotten any more loops since then. Like, they've just stayed pretty much the same after my first maintenance. I've had 2 maintenances throughout the year, which is really good because some people get their dreads maintained like every few months, and I know that my first maintenance 6 months in, I had gotten used to them being so big and fluffy that after my first maintenance they were so neat and tidy. I didn't really like the way they looked, and also it was like really painful. So I decided that I was gonna like leave my hair for as long as possible, and then I ended up doing it myself once because Renata moved to Netherlands, and it looked actually really good because I didn't use the string, so it wasn't as neat as it was with my first maintenance. But then the frizz came back within like literally a week. So I'm not doing my own maintenance. I feel like it's pointless, and I'm sort of just gonna let them go how they are and not really get maintenance for like ages. They have definitely shrunk throughout the year. Now, I noticed around 6 months that they were a lot shorter, and now like I'm getting used to them, but they're like, when I first got my dreads, they were down to my hips. Like, they were crazy long, and to be honest, they were a bit much, but I absolutely loved them. And you don't actually notice as they're shrinking like day by day. All of a sudden they're just really short. So they're really like, my hips are here, and this is where they were. So I haven't cut them. Some of them have like broken off at the ends, but yeah, they've shrunken so much. And I would say that the texture, like in terms of them getting thicker and thinner, I feel like they are still the same size as what they, like thickness as what they were when I first got them, but they're so much denser now. So when I first got my dreads, they were very fluffy and light and airy, and you could like squish it really easily. But now, even though it's the same thickness, they're like hard, and yeah, so I feel like they are getting thicker because they're the same thickness as when they were light and airy, but they're denser. So I love them. I love them like a lot more, feeling like they do now, and yes. So another thing that has changed throughout the year, when I first initially got my dreadlocks, I never had dandruff before getting dreads. And when I did get dreads, I started to get dandruff. And I was scrubbing my scalp really hard to, in my mind, get rid of the dandruff. Like I was scrubbing it really hard. And then my mum said, you know, that's probably making your scalp really dry because you're scrubbing off the skin from your like scalp. So I stopped scrubbing my scalp so hard and the dandruff went away. So right now I've recently bleached my hair, so I have got like a little bit of dandruff now because my scalp's so dry, but the dandruff completely went away. And it's like, I think if you're getting dandruff or you do start getting dandruff when you get your dreads, try not to scrub your like scalp really hard because I think that actually made it a lot worse. So some of the cons of having dreads throughout the year are sleeping. So sleeping, a lot of the time I don't notice it. I will flip my hair above me on top of my pillow so it's out of my way, and usually that's fine. It works for me really well. But if you do turn a lot in your sleep, you end up turning onto your dreads, and especially if you sleep on your belly and you're like face down in the pillow, then the dreads sort of get in the way, and then if you turn the other way, you're always sort of adjusting your dreads. So they are annoying when you're sleeping, but not all the time. Only if you do shuffle around a lot. It will literally wake me up if I spin and then I've all of a sudden got a huge pack of dreads draping across my face and they're not soft. So yeah, but it's not a deal breaker for me. So another issue that I've sort of had to get used to just from having dreads is that before getting dreads, I used to wear my hair very neat and slick all the time. So I'd often wear Dutch braids and I would have it very slick with like a lot of hairspray and very neat, no bumps, no frizz, silky, and yeah, that's how my hair generally was. And I've had to get used to the frizz that's going on because after trying to do my maintenance myself and the frizz came back so soon, I'm just gonna have to get used to it. So this is all, oh sorry, I'm using like a self-focus thing, so it's probably all blurred out. But this is like, yeah, it's all messy, and there's a lot of frizz. It's really annoying that it's like not focusing. Yeah, it's not gonna focus, sorry. So the frizz has sort of been an issue, but I'm sort of getting used to it. I just sort of fear that I'm getting used to the frizz, but to other people it looks super messy, like my sister said. So that's not really cool. But yeah, the frizz was an issue that I have had to learn how to deal with. Another issue that I've had is that I have a video on this. The weak spots in my extensions are like constant now. There's always like straight after I wash my hair a few that have a weak spot, and they get thin in the middle and then they will just completely, like I can just pull it apart and it will break off. And so a lot of the time it's really easy to fix. I will link the video down below of like me sort of showing you how I fix mine. So it's not that big of a deal, but it does happen quite a lot. If they do break off near the end, then I haven't fixed them. And I've got a few little shorties now that like I haven't fixed because I can't be bothered. So like this one is like a lot shorter than the rest of them. Yeah, I've got a couple that are like that. So yeah, that's probably the most annoying thing, just the extensions breaking off a lot of the time. But eventually it'll all be my own hair, so it'll be much better. So Upkeep, what do I do now that I've got dreads? Like, what do I actually do with my hair on a day-to-day basis? Literally nothing. They are so easy. When you wake up like this, you might like quickly tie it behind your hair. Like, I will change hairstyles multiple times throughout the day because they're so freaking easy, and they completely solved the issues that I was having. But the washing and the drying takes a lot longer than loose hair, but that's only once a week. So the only upkeep that I do on my dreads is washing them once a week in the bath. I have a video on this, but I will palm roll each one of them individually and then with shampoo in the bath. And then I will get out, palm roll them with aloe manuka gel, and then dry them. So it's like a really big process. But again, it's only once a week, and sometimes I will leave it even 2 weeks. So to not have to do your hair every day, the upkeep is so minimal. It's amazing. Some weird sort of dread things that I've noticed throughout the last year is that if your dread moves, like for example, if you're sitting in the car or something and the bottom of your dread moves for whatever reason, it feels like there is a spider on you, because it's not like loose hair. Like if this moves here, it's just really strange. Like I get really paranoid and I'm like, was that my dread? Like what the fuck was that? And yeah, that has happened to me multiple times throughout the year, where even if you just have your hair up in a bun and then if one of them, like, I don't know, like tickles your neck or something, it feels like something is actually moving. It's really hard to explain. But yes, that's a little weird fact about dreads. Another thing sort of that I've noticed over the last year is that dreads do start to define you. So before getting my dreads, I really felt like I think we all should, like special. I feel like I was already a cool human being, just as me. And that I'm not saying that in like an egotistical way. I think we're all really cool and special because we are human beings. But now I feel like, you know, I'm a tow truck driver and people will jump into the truck, and if they're on the phone or anything like that, they'll be like, oh yeah, the chick's got dreads. And it's just mentioned a lot. Like I feel like my dreads are starting to define who I am to other people. Like it's mentioned quite a lot, like the girl with dreads, or she has dreads. Like just as if you were saying, oh, her name's Hayley, she has dreads. So it sort of annoys me a little bit because I feel like I was already defined by me before getting my dreads, and now my hair sort of defines me, but I love them. So yeah. And another weird thing is that they're really addictive to play with, especially because I am a driver. I will be sitting in the truck like nearly all day and just constantly twisting. It's probably why I have so many weak spots, but I will go through them, just twist, like drop one, pick up another, drop one, pick up another. They're very, very addictive to play with. I love them. So some finishing thoughts on having my dreads for a year and some advice if you're thinking about getting them. My finishing thoughts are that, again, I absolutely love my dreads. It's the best hair decision I've ever made. I feel like they suit me very well. They have allowed me to achieve what I initially wanted to achieve with waking up with cool hair easily. And I can't wait for them to be all real and no more extensions. So if you are thinking about getting dreads, just get them. You can brush them out if they don't suit you, if you're unhappy with them, and you know what I mean? Like, I feel like if you have that sort of want to have dreadlocks, don't make it a big deal. You can brush them out. And some people, dreadlocks are not for. Like, I will have people message me saying, oh, you know, like they're itchy at the start, they're like scratchy on my skin, they take ages to wash and dry. that's all part of having dreads. To me, that stuff really doesn't annoy me that much because it's so minimal, but to other people that really annoys them. So they're just not dreadlock people, and that's fine. So I just think that if you do want them, just try them. Because I honestly would hate for my thoughts to have changed my mind thinking, oh, what about this or what about that, and then never got my dreads because I didn't even try. So I hope this video has been enjoyable and helpful. And if you did enjoy it, please like the video and subscribe so you'll see my upcoming videos. And also I document my whole dread journey on my Instagram, so I will leave that below. Thank you, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.